Hey, you showed up at a good time. I was just about to do some research on what's been trending lately. I was going to use the voice search on my phone. Here, let's try. Can you tell me what's trending right now?
Today's top trends include trying virtual reality escape rooms, making upcycled fashion, brewing homemade kombucha, and taking the road less traveled by.
Huh, did you hear that last one? Isn't that from the Robert Frost poem? I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Remember? It's interesting how something trending right now can remind us of a classic poem. It's like finding hidden connections and deeper meaning everywhere. And speaking of, let's jump in today's lesson to learn more. In today's video, we'll be exploring allegories and allusions using Robert Frost's poem. We'll wrap up with a preview of your assignments for this week. Let's take a look at allegory. An allegory is a symbolic story. It's a narrative in which the characters and objects are representative of abstract concepts. Allegories are symbolic, so their true meaning is derived from interpretation. They almost always teach some type of deeper lesson or moral. So what do you think? Can you think of any story that you've read or heard that might serve as an allegory? Often, Aesop's fables are classic examples. Do you remember the tale of the tortoise and the hare? The tortoise and the hare are running a race. What might that race represent? The hare is arrogant and decides to take a nap in the middle of the competition. And the tortoise? Well, he ends up winning the race. So what do you think? What might each character represent? What's the lesson or moral of this story? This story teaches the classic lesson that slow and steady wins the race. This is a classic allegorical tale. Everything in the story is symbolic of something larger. This same concept can be applied to many different works of literature. Why don't we take a look at a familiar poem to see how it can be viewed as an allegory? The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost is often considered an allegory about the choices we make in life and the impact they have on our journey. It's not just a poem about two paths in a forest. It's about two paths in life. Frost is symbolically talking about a moment in life where we have to make an important decision. Remember that in an allegory, everything has meaning, even the setting. This poem takes place in a yellow wood. Take a moment to reflect. What might the yellow wood represent? The yellow wood suggests a period of transition or change, perhaps the fall of one's life, a moment of maturity where choices have a significant impact. And what might the road less traveled represent? Frost is writing about choosing a less conventional, perhaps more challenging route in life. This decision leads him down a unique journey, different from what others might experience. Each part of his poem represents something larger and ultimately communicates a message on the power of our choices. Just as allegories like this invite us to seek a deeper understanding and message beyond the literal, other literary devices use indirect references to enrich a story or poem. Have you ever read or watched something new and it mentions or hints at something else that you've seen before? This is the magic of allusion. No. I said allusion, not illusion. An allusion is an indirect reference to or mention of something outside of a literary work. Allusions are generally very subtle, but the reference adds new layers of meaning. Many poems allude to other literary works or even pop culture. You've probably encountered allusions in books, television shows, songs, or movies. Does one come to mind? What about in the poems that we've read already? In the poem, Nothing Gold Can Stay, Frost includes a biblical allusion. Did you catch it? There's a line in the poem that says, "So Eden sank to grief." Frost is using personification here because Eden isn't a person. He's talking about the biblical Garden of Eden. You know, the perfect garden that Adam and Eve got kicked out of, that one. A reader acquainted with Eden as a place of beauty and perfection realizes that if this ultimate golden environment did not last, nothing will. Frost's allusion to this perfect garden adds depth and richness to the poem. By tapping into our shared knowledge of these stories and cultural references, poets can convey deeper and more layered meanings in just a few words. Understanding allusions can truly enhance our appreciation of a poem's complexity. As we continue to journey through the world of poetry, and specifically the works of Robert Frost, I've got some exciting challenges for you. This week, you'll be reading more poetry, and you'll explore some additional texts that will give you insight into some of the allusions found within the poems. You'll then be writing 2 interpretations, one for the poem Mending Wall, and the other for the poem Fire and Ice, both by Robert Frost. Focus on identifying the allegories and allusions that reside within these evocative poems. Isn't it wild how a simple phone search can lead us down such a profound rabbit hole? From trends to timeless truths, all it takes is curiosity. As you immerse yourself in this week's assignments, remember, the beauty is not just in understanding the poems, but in finding those fleeting golden moments within them. The allusions, the allegories, the deeper meanings. May you find that each path you choose, whether well-trodden or less traveled, is filled with golden moments. Stay curious, stay golden, and remember to always be clever.
Hey!